Hello. Yes, I'm Natalie. I'm a volunteer community educator for the Alzheimer's Association. I'm part of the Orange County chapter,
Very
and
good.
I don't really have a connection with Alzheimer's disease. I'm currently a college student, so in the past, I've done research with Alzheimer's, and that has gotten me really interested in how the disease works. And then it's also very devastating to see how it impacts family members. So I think it's really important that we find ways to kind of slow down the progression of the disease and help those who are suffering. And today we are going to be talking about healthy living for your brain and the body. We're going to be sharing tips on how to build a healthier lifestyle. And note that we are not going to be really talking much about Alzheimer's disease, but I'll definitely put in some kind of available that we have at the Alzheimer's Association, and you can also ask questions at the end. All right, so let's get started. So these are the learning objectives we're going to be going over today. So we're going to be discussing tips for how to get better sleep, about smoking, mental health, physical activity, balanced nutrition, cognitive engagement, and social engagement. So all the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you, feel free, you can write some of the ideas down, and then you can also save some questions at the end if you have other questions about some of the strategies we're going to go over. Okay, so first let's begin talking about the brain. So the brain, I think, in my opinion, is one of the most important organs of the body. It's the control center. There's like 100 billion nerve cells or neurons that create a bunch of networks and that create signaling pathways from like memories, thoughts, feelings. And many diseases are affected by the brain. For example, Alzheimer's disease, it destroys a lot of the brain cells in your body, which causes symptoms like memory loss and like affects your daily functioning. And there is a connection between the brain and the heart. So the heart is like good for the brain. Science tells us that this is true, and it's important. There's things that we can do to protect the brain for your health. So much of the heart-brain connection is due to the fact that the brain is nourished by the body's richest network of blood vessels, and oxygen and other elements are delivered to the brain through the bloodstream, which keep the brain nourished. And each time your heart beats, fun fact, about 20 to 25% of the blood being moved goes to the brain. That's pretty fascinating. And this is why our heart keeps pumping blood and helps keep the brain fuel to do its work. Okay, so although this program is about more about like the brain and the body, we are going to be talking a little bit about Alzheimer's disease. So this is going to be a knowledge question for all of you. So feel free, you can unmute yourselves or you can type it in the chat. True or false, do you think Alzheimer's is a normal part of aging? Feel free to respond. Maybe I should.
True.
True? What does everybody else think?
It falls.
False?
Yeah, false.
Anybody else?
Even if you're 100-year-old, you can have the brain or memory of a 20-year-old. It's all lifestyle. It's possible. Not that everyone can have it, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, right?
Yes, you're correct.
Maybe 10% of the people, probably.
So dementia is definitely not a normal part of aging. So definitely like when individuals get older, 65 and older, definitely there is some memory loss that is normal, but like dementia is kind of an umbrella term that describes things that can affect every part of your everyday life. And Alzheimer's is one form of dementia. And currently there's no cure for Alzheimer's, but as we're reading now in the news, there are more drugs that are coming out to help slow down the progression of the disease and the symptoms. So now we're going to be talking about what your health is affected by. So there's many important factors that can affect your health, including like your genes, your lifestyle, and your environment. And as we age, it's common for us to experience some similar changes, like your hair becomes gray or you need glasses for reading. But we all age in different ways, and for some of us, it affects us more than others. And this can be due to genetics, but then it's also like the environment that we live in has a significant impact on our health. But we do have some control over some of these things, and making improvements in our life could help slow down the progression of dementia or other heart diseases. So there are definitely some measurable impacts that can like dictate your health. As you know, when you go to your daily checkups with your doctor, they often do blood work, and they often look at your blood pressure and your blood sugar and your cholesterol levels. So I think it's important that as individuals, you also keep an eye on these numbers, because you can definitely find ways to decrease these numbers, like bad cholesterol, for example, and that would definitely improve your health. Okay. So what the science tells us, there are a lot of things that can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke, and they may also increase the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. So there's strong evidence that like high blood pressure or diabetes or obesity, they can increase your risk of dementia. So I think it's very important that you try to keep like your blood sugar levels controlled, and also your heart rate lowered. And we're going to be definitely talking about ways that we can create new habits in your life that can improve your overall life. So let's do another knowledge question. So true or false, what do you think? It's never too early or too late to incorporate healthy habits in your life. What do you think?
True.
Yes, good job. Definitely everybody can improve from more healthy behaviors. Even I think a lot of these tips we're going to talk about today, I might incorporate in my life as well. Okay, so we're going to be examining how to get good quality sleep, be smoke-free, take care of your mental health, get moving, eat healthy, challenging yourself, like your mind, and staying connected with others. Okay. First, we're going to talk about sleep. So it's definitely very important to get good quality sleep for your overall health and well-being. I know when I'm tired, it's very difficult for me to like focus on my work. And what I usually do is I definitely allow myself to reset. As this slide is saying, like it's important for your overall health. It affects your ability to maintain healthy blood sugar and blood pressure. And inadequate sleep definitely contributes to problems with memory and thinking. So what I usually do is if I find myself just not being able to focus, I force myself to just take even like a 10-minute nap in my day, and it helps me feel refreshed and ready to do the rest of my work throughout the day. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yes. So getting good quality sleep. So we're going to go over some of these questions, like what kind of environment helps you sleep? What changes might help make you create a more peaceful sleep setting? And then how can you minimize distractions or disruptions?
I doze off while watching TV.
So these are definitely some good tips. But like before going to sleep, look at your environment and maybe think about the temperature, if it's too hot or too cold for yourself. I know when I go to sleep, sometimes I have to turn off the air conditioning in my apartment because it makes too much noise. And then also turn off your screen before going to bed. The light, when you look at your phone before going to sleep, can actually make you feel more awake. So I would recommend maybe at least like 1 hour before you go to sleep, turn off your phone and do other things like read or maybe do some meditation. Yeah, and also talk to your doctor if you have frequent sleep problems. So some common sleep problems are called like sleep apnea, which is like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you sometimes have trouble breathing, you stop breathing, or sometimes I know some people have nightmares. So definitely those are important things to talk about your physician with. Okay, so next we're going to go over what it means to be smoke-free and ways that smoking can be reduced because it has a huge impact on the health of your brain. So studies have shown that smoking increases the risk of cognitive decline and may also increase the risk of dementia. So it's important to quit smoking to develop your risk of like memory loss. And so we're going to go over what could help you from stop smoking or stay smoke-free, and then what resources are available maybe online or in community for tips on how to be smoke-free. So definitely it's very hard to quit smoking. It's an addiction, just like you have with your phone. So I think it would be a good idea to find support through like quit lines. So there's resources that you can look online or that they have in person or in the internet where you can have support groups of people undergoing the same thing, or you can talk to your doctor or a healthcare profession. And then also what I just mentioned, look for programs or strategies that work for you. Yeah. So now we're going to go over how to take care of your mental health. So definitely mental health is very important. And it's very important to have time for self-care.
Sprain करके आई है शांति.
Definitely, if your mental health is
Sprained.
suffering, you can have like increased depression, anxiety, or stress. And this can also affect the way your brain works. And it can also actually affect your sleep. If you're very anxious, it might make it difficult sometimes to fall asleep. Yeah, so we're going to talk about taking care of your mental health. So ask yourself some of these questions. What are some things that you enjoy doing? How can you make breaks in your day? And how can you focus on self-care? So here are some ideas. So I know I enjoy in between like studying, I enjoy going to the gym and running, or I also play the violin for fun. So those are some things you could think about, like if you like to play an instrument or like listening to music or even drawing, definitely would recommend any of those, or finding something funny to watch. I know there's a lot of funny TV shows on Netflix or other providers. Yeah, think about anything that you would like to incorporate. And does anybody want to share how they do self-care in their lives?
Sing a song. I mean, listening to songs.
Singing a
Listen
song?
golden songs, golden era songs.
That's nice. Anybody else?
Working in garden,
Ooh,
Good.
what do
Yeah.
you like to plant?
everything and anything.
That's nice. Yeah,
That's nice. That's good habit.
that is a good habit. Yeah. So just keep your self-care tips in mind, and I would recommend continue doing them in your life.
Beauty of nature.
Mhm. So now we're going to go over physical activity. So definitely moving your body is a good way to keep your brain healthy and also your body active. So the science tells us that consistent physical activity lowers your risk of cognitive decline. And definitely you should, like it increases your blood and oxygen flow, and then it could also help lower your blood pressure and your risk of getting diabetes and other things. So other studies also show that like milder activities, you don't even have to do high intensity activities. Even just going for a walk is a really good way to keep your body active and just get your heart rate up, and also like have positive impacts on your health overall. Okay, so ask yourself some of these questions. What activities do you want to try to get your body active? And then how can you build more physical activity in your day? And then also some people find it useful. Maybe they want to ask a buddy to go work out with them because it makes them feel motivated. So ask your friends, maybe, do you want to join me for a walk? Yeah.
Or I try to park my car as far away as possible so you can get a walk.
That's so smart. Yeah, see, even the simple things like I sometimes take the stairs when the elevators, yeah, 'cause it's just better to get moving. So here are some ideas. What I said, walk around your neighborhood, take the stairs more often, and then even just starting like with small physical amounts of activity can help everything build up and it'll get easier over time. And then try something fun, like ask your friends or your family members to join you. So as a student, what's really nice is that we can kind of take elective classes, and one class I took was yoga, and that was super fun because I tried something new and I really enjoyed it. So next we're going to be talking about eating healthy. So as we all know that having a healthy diet makes you have a reduced risk of many diseases like Parkinson's, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's. And there's definitely different ways about how we can maximize eating healthy. So two examples of this are like, I know a lot of people like to have a Mediterranean diet high in fats and protein. So just think about some ways that you could incorporate like a healthy lifestyle of foods in your life.
It's a little hard, but doable.
It is so hard. So what the science says, as I mentioned, it decreases your risk of heart disease, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. So now we're going to go over examples of what a balanced diet looks like. So as I mentioned, the Mediterranean diet is one example, and then what's known as DASH, which is dietary approaches to stop hypertension. So that could be like eating lots of fruits and vegetables, I know are very healthy, definitely limiting your sugar and salt intake. I mean, we all have a sweet tooth once in a while, so it's okay if we need to splurge on something. And then having healthier fats, like cooking with olive oil, having nuts, and also eating like fatty fish like salmon. So these are some questions you can ask yourselves, like how can you cook healthier, and what healthy foods can you swap in maybe for something unhealthy, and what new foods are you willing to try? So I know a healthy food I like to swap in for is when I'm craving sweets. I have dark chocolate instead of like ice cream or something else. It still satisfies my sweet tooth, but you know, it is somewhat healthier. So yeah, so these are the tips we went over, like using olive oil instead of like canola oil or butter, using sodium-free spices, and then don't add too much salt when you're cooking. And then read the food labels also to like look at like too much fat content, and then increasing your vegetables and your fruit and choosing whole grains over like white. And then also the other swap you could do if you're craving something sweet is like having fruit. So does anybody want to share what kind of healthy options they incorporate in their diets? Any fun recipes? No? Okay.
Fish is always good anyway.
Okay. So we're going to talk briefly about vitamins and supplements. So the World Health Organization in 2019 concluded that vitamins and supplements should not be recommended to reduce the risk of cognitive decline to dementia. So I know a common misconception is that sometimes you think I need more vitamins, the better, but that's actually not true. You should be careful. Like too many vitamins can actually have the reverse effect on your body. Like I know, for iron, it's okay for women, but for men, it can actually have negative effects. So definitely ask your doctor, or any professional about concerns of nutrient deficits. Oh, there's something in the chat. Okay. True or false? We're going to do another knowledge question. Challenging your brain may help lower your risk of cognitive decline. What do you guys think?
True. True.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. It's very important to continue keeping our minds active. Yeah, as we mentioned, challenging your brain has short and long-term effects on your brain.
True.
Yes. So what is cognitive engagement? So cognitive engagement means keeping our minds active and challenged. So this is a skill that's definitely very hard to engage in, and it's a continued process of like learning and finding new tasks that we can incorporate in our daily lives. So now we're going to go over what the science tells us about this. So keeping our mind active forms new connections among your brain cells, and it encourages more blood flow to the brain, and it also can like improve your memory retention and cognition. So research also shows that like engaging in like classroom learning by teachers can help keep your brain cells active and healthy, and also protect you from dementia. Yeah. So now ask yourself these questions. What new hobbies or skills do you want to learn? What activities sound like fun? And what topics do you want to learn more about? Because these are new hobbies or skills that you could probably incorporate into your life that would help keep your brain active.
I understand there are some laughing clubs. Maybe you can get some information on that.
Somewhat, sorry?
Some laughing clubs. There are a lot of laughing clubs.
Oh, like comedy?
Yeah, people get together and laugh.
Yeah, you could join one of those. I know there's some places that also have like stand-up comedy. So you could go watch a stand-up comedy show. Yeah, so tips to challenge yourself.
Yes, in India, it's very popular in big cities. No, they
Yeah.
all retired, get together and laugh together.
Yes. Yeah, so you could
I think what he's saying is not a stand-up comedy. He's talking about laughing club, laughter club.
Yeah,
It's
laughter
not a
club.
laughter.
All the
it's
all
not
the
the same.
all the seniors get together and laugh.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun too. It would keep your brain active, and you could come up with jokes to help make each other laugh. That would definitely challenge your brain a lot. And some other tips you could do are trying a new cooking recipe, learning a new language, learning how to play a new strategy like chess, or play a new instrument. Or if you wanted to, you could take a class. And you can take a class on literally anything that you're interested in, like art or history. Yeah.
Natalie, I would like to add, this is the part where, having these type of sessions that we do weekly consistently, sometimes people don't realize, but this actually helps them when they attend, whether sometimes the topics are relevant to their own personal lives or not. Learning something new or even sharing it with a friend who might benefit from this information will take it a long way, and it's good for your brain. So thank you all again for, taking the time and attending these sessions that we put together, because in the long run, they will benefit one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay. So the last tip we're going to go over is social engagement or connecting with others in a social setting. So there is some research that shows that like engaging with others has a lot of health benefits, such as living longer, and it makes you feel connected. And I don't know, when I like see other people or have fun times with other people, it reduces my stress levels and decreases like depression too. So these are some questions you can ask yourselves. How do you like to stay connected with others? How can you get involved with your community? Are there any clubs or groups you would like to join? So I think the comedy club, that would definitely be a great way to stay connected with others. For sure. So these are some tips. You can volunteer for a cause that's important for you. Like the Alzheimer's Association is important to me. You can schedule phone calls with your family. You can visit friends and family, or you can participate in events in your community. Does anybody want to share examples of how they connect with others?
Yeah, talk to your friends all the time. Keep in touch.
That's very good. Yeah.
I send out weekly text messages to grandchildren and family.
Oh, yes, I call my parents every night. Not only because they're worried about me, but because I have to stay engaged with them. So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to recap everything that we discussed in today's program. So these were all the elements that we discussed on how to live at, sorry, there's a healthier brain and body, which includes getting good sleep, being smoke-free, taking care of your mental health, get moving, eat healthy, challenge yourself, and staying connected with others.
Very good. Excellent.
Yes. So before we wrap up, we're just going to talk a little bit about the Alzheimer's Association and some of the resources that we do have available. So the Alzheimer's Association leads the way to end Alzheimer's and other dementias through research, risk reduction, detection, and maximizing quality care and support. So some of the ways we do that is offering education programs. And our vision is a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. So some of the resources that we do have available are, we have a free 24/7 helpline, which is available anytime, day or night. And there's highly trained and knowledgeable staff who can help with education or decision-making support if you're unsure. There's a family member maybe affected with Alzheimer's and you don't know why they're acting in a certain way and you need some advice. And that's our helpline right there. It's on the bottom of the screen. And then we also have online resources at alz.org, such as like education programs covering specific topics. And then we also have resources for community resources finder, which includes like long-term care and also caregiver support. And then, oh yeah, it's mentioned here, and the website is right here. Okay, so this includes today's presentation of healthy living for your brain and the body. Is there any questions or anything else that somebody would like to share, some tips they have for other people? No, no questions?
Good job. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Very informative. Thank you.
Olive Community Services is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in Southern California that provides culturally appropriate services to seniors, their family, and the community. Through its physical and virtual interactive programs, Olive engages participants in a variety of ways that promotes health and well-being. To learn more about Olive Community Services, to get involved, or to make a donation, please visit www.olivecs.org or email info@olivecs.org. Be a change maker, and together, let's live, learn, and thrive.